Today we have a story from Conf on Discord about role-playing gone wrong. After half of my normal D&D friends moved away, I and a friend started looking for a new group. I called up a couple of old friends that had DM'd before and found out they're actually about to start up a Pathfinder module and would love to have 2 more players. Ah yeah, so we have a session 0 where we talk about all kinds of random stuff and everyone seems to hit it off great. We all get settled into our characters and make sure that there isn't too much class and theme overlap. For the party, we have me as a cleric, a spiritualist, which is my buddy, a wizard, barbarian, oracle, and a cavalier. I'm thinking this looks great. We have multiple sources of spell casting, healing, buffing, and meat shields. Then I get the first red flag. DM says, we need a rogue. I ask why? Because you do. I ask, do we really? We have 6 very different types of PCs. Trust me, I've read ahead in the module. You all need a rogue. Don't worry, they won't be a big deal. They'll just be there for rogue stuff. I'm new to the group, so I decide don't rock the boat. We start things up, and it takes about 3 or 4 sessions before the rogue becomes a big deal. Our job is to find a colony on the untamed islands of Aslan and raid the ruins on them. Our oracle is a sweet summer child, and our spiritualist is a lawful neutral bordering on lawful evil character who really wants to not be evil, so in our first few battles, we make a big deal about giving mercy to sentient beings no matter what. This works great until the chokers. You know, those slimy murdering things with needles and spaghetti for arms? We were all set to kill them, but our wizard points out in character that they are sentient, have a language, and can even be trained as guards. Cue the oracle and spiritualist offering mercy. Just one problem. No one speaks choker. So battle ensues. Me and Rogue go down to 0 HP, but we get back up because oracle healing spells. We kill about 3/4 of them and then the last choker flees. It turns around and starts running away from us. Much of the group vocally in character says we shouldn't kill it because it's fleeing. Wizard says kill it because it's a monster. And it didn't verbally say in common, I surrender and promise to never attack again. The DM rogue throws a dagger into its back and kills it without talking to anyone. He just does it. Says, you all couldn't decide, so I decided for you. During and after the battle, Oracle, Cavalier, Spiritualist, and Cleric don't agree with this. We talk with each other and then decide to talk to the rogue. Out of character, I thought this would be a quick, easy, fun scene where the rogue would just say, yeah, I understand where you guys are coming from. I'll do better next time. And then we move on. It was not quick, easy, or fun. Rogue doubles down and says they did no wrong in going against the group and says, I will do it again. We say, don't do that. You're going to end up going against both party healers, the party shield, and the party occult expert. More than half the party. Rogue says, fine. I won't do it again. Cool. Victory? No. Rogue decides to gather the whole group and says he wants to know what other actions he is forbidden from taking. The whole story gets laid out, and the wizard, barbarian, and rogue band together and say no wrongs were done, and we should always do exactly what was done. Wizard reminds us that it didn't verbally surrender, so therefore it was still attacking us, even though it was visibly fleeing. The rogue adds in that we are a dysfunctional group that lacks professionalism. You are all unprofessional cowards. At this point, I am admittedly steamed and try to pull it back to just please don't attack fleeing combatants, even if they are monsters. Wiz, Rogue, and Barb latch onto, is this because it was a kid? Oh yeah, 2 of the 4 chokers were small size, and the DM described them as obviously children. This was a family, and we were building our colony above their home. Cool. Thanks, DM. This devolves until finally when the wizard and the other 2 say, fine, we won't kill monster kids. The oracle, cavalier, spiritualist, and I give up and call it good enough. During next session, Wizard starts asking me how I plan to raise all the monster orphans we will be creating. Color me confused because I never use those words at any point, so I just ignore it. Between this and next session, I messaged DM asking if they wanted to get some antagonistic banter going on between the rogue and I. I think it could be fun and want their thoughts since it's their DMPC. DM says, "This sounds great, let's do it." And we all make jokes about one day killing the rogue off, but that is long-term plans. Banter begins next session, and the wizard stops us out of character and starts saying we should remove the rogue from the party and retcon things away because I obviously can't stand the rogue and this is hurting the fun at the table. We try to explain that it was pre-planned and okayed, but the wizard just isn't digging it. Then the DM drops a bombshell and says, "Oh yeah, cleric, you weren't in the room when it happened, but in character, the spiritualist told the rogue to keep quiet and not backtalk you and basically said he wasn't allowed to talk at all." Spiritualist, my buddy of over 10 years, chimes in with, "No, that isn't what I said." DM disagrees, and even though Buddy lays out what was said, DM still disagrees. At this point, I am again steamed and feeling really insulted because the DM is basically calling the spiritualist a liar or an idiot, and the DM knew about the bombshell before I began banter, but still let me do it. So now I have the wizard saying that I'm being a jerk and a bully to the rogue. I can see this will only get worse, so I say fine. Obviously this isn't the right group for this, so no more banter and no more conflict. Let's move on. Cleric and rogue will be fine. I just want to play this game. Wizard isn't digging this and says, no, we need to resolve this properly. By the end of that night, we spent more than 3 hours in real life talking in circles, and combined with previous sessions, have easily spent 8+ hours in total. Afterwards, I found out the wizard's proper solution was the wizard and cleric will talk one-on-one about all of this. The cleric will apologize for causing this and promise to respect the group better. Not happening. I talk to the DM and get them to agree to letting me swap characters and agree to swap out the rogue with a different NPC. Next session, I brought in a meat shield murder hobo. Bye extra healer, and the DM swaps out the elf rogue with 2 elf rogues that also cast spells and are covered in scars from the multiple times they have died and been resurrected. Cool. I love edgelord DMPCs. So the DM inserted themselves into the story and increased party conflict. Either that DM thrives off of conflict, or he really wants to be the center of attention. What do you guys think is going on in this story?